Now then, welcome back to my Timberborn playthrough with the folktails faction on normal difficulty. Last time we spent the biggest majority of our time creating this diversion, which is going to help us greatly conquer the bad tides. We had a bad tide last time. This was tested, I think, with normal water, but I think we'll be okay. What today is going to entail from this point of view is going to be building a reservoir up here, which is going to give us a bit of water to be able to splash these crops and keep everything alive. As while in normal mode the cycles aren't too difficult to get through with enough water, we need to keep these alive, otherwise they'll devastate the food supply, and wood would probably be okay actually. So with this area, it can evaporate pretty quickly. We have this area down here for pumping the drinking water, of which we have plenty. And we do have a good supply of food, although carrots weirdly seem to be in short supply. Not sure why. There's plenty of beavers in here to do this, so if we ever get out of this beaver deficit, we can look to get this fully staffed. From over this way, we're going to be looking at getting a centrifuge in to get us extract. We also need to fix power down here, utilize this river a bit more. What we're probably going to need to eventually do is fix this area and try and do something about getting enough water wheels in place to make this work as on folktails. All we have is this and windmills are very unreliable. Not a fan, literally. What we will also do is try and get some better effort made with the extra foodstuffs here. So we're going to looking at more bakeries, and we've got a grill, so we need some more grills for the extra chestnuts, and fixing pretty much all of that. Now, let's start this up and get the beavers moving about and get us out of night mode. First things first, we are going to look at what we can do for, whenever I can find it, centrifuge. So we have, I think we can build this. Just about gears are a problem, as always, but we have planks, we have metal, so I think the best thing for us will be to get this in place as quickly as we can. Now, what we can do is a bit sneaky. So my original plan was to build it on this side, but I think what we can look to do is maybe do something fancy with the river eventually. Try and straighten it out a bit to get a couple of water wheels side by side, because you can only get one in. So I think then what we will do is we will get rid of this guy, as there's nothing in it. It was a bit of a stockpile just to feed the smelter. It did its job, but we need to do something a little bit different this time. So let's just get rid of these paths and find the centrifuge. And if we get this guy placed just here, we have the science as our observatory, when powered, is getting us the science, and these two are actually doing a decent job of that. So that should give the beavers something to do from a construction point of view. Let's just get this path in here. And what we can do, I think, would be a benefit is to... Is that one or two? It is two, I do believe. So we'll get those placed in as well, but we're not in a rush for these, so I think we can just knock these down. But it means we're not kind of tied into losing the little bit of space we have up here. Now, I think it's going to have to be more beavers, but we need to do this a bit more slowly. So We can either go with 3 or 9, and there is no real good, decent middle ground, unless we buy the double lodge. What is probably the best idea for us, I think, is to just use these ones. If we just create the other side of the street here, I'm going to put in 1 for now. And there's a load of stuff on the build list for these guys to get through. So these kits that are growing up, they're not too far along actually. So got one guy that's nearly ready to join the workforce. And the rest aren't too far away, so that's good. So, injured beavers. You're in the bed, and you're in the bed. Right, cool. So they're all getting attended to. So we've also added a bit more of the Lidos to increase the width for, again, getting more points. As the goal was to get over 15 to unlock, which is looking at this, we have unlocked the Iron Teeth, which is good. For anyone that hasn't seen the previous videos, this is the first time I've ever actually played it myself. So this is the achievement, I guess, to get the Iron Teeth faction unlocked. So, great news. We have another faction of beavers to have a go with next time. Now that's finished, we can get the water in there, so these guys aren't walking all the way. Let's supply and get that prioritized by beavers. Now again, yeah, okay, so it's going to be best to get the beavers in there. So for some reason, the hauling post seems to be the one job that we can never seem to fill. And I think we're at a point where we're going to need to rely on these guys a bit more. So I'm gonna increase that. Yeah, it's taking them out everywhere else, isn't it? Yeah. I think we'll be okay. In fact, let's just pause that one for now. I don't think we need the sparkly planks. That was, I think, for this. Okay, so we have a drought approaching, so that's okay. We can worry about that another time. So, that's not going to get done. These are on their way. What's wrong with you? Paths. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So if we just get these ugly paths in here and get... yeah, I think it's time to take those off. And I think now that we've moved, we can also get rid of these. So there's a little bit of stuff here that they can pick up. Nothing too exciting. I think it's just logs, of which we are pretty much full. We have this underground pile for the logs, which is just here, and we also have massive warehouse for potatoes. 17 well-being, excellent. That's the grill. So somewhere around here we have grilled potatoes. So empty, please, and empty. That will fill this pretty much instantly, but we can free up some space here. So I'm just going to get rid of these for now. I want to get all of these smaller, medium, well, smaller than this. These warehouses swapped over for these, and try and get as much as humanly possible stored in the big stores to allow us to, get round to stuff like this. We are seeing some injuries coming in, so I think let's get. Let's just get another medical bed in. This will be due to these over here. Let's just get that chucked in as quickly as we can. And then hopefully we can stop worrying too much about getting them in, but we'll need to keep an eye on that because it's going to get worse over time. The more strenuous the activity, the more they're going to get injured. So we are doing fairly well on water. Eventually, we do need to start looking at the big tanks, but we'll get around to them later. I do want to look at the power now. This is going to be something that's going to not easily be fixable with the layout of this river. And straightening it out is going to need a lot of dynamite, which we don't have as yet. But let's get this in and use some of... Yeah. Get rid of that. That should give me enough space to build everything, and I guess we do need that. Yeah, so we... And there we go. So let's quickly just pull this up. That shouldn't cause us too much of a problem with any sorts of flooding, and it'll all come down into here. Okay. So that'll all flow in, keep this alive, and that's why we need to work on this dam up here. I guess what we can do is look at some stairs. How high is this? I think it's going to be to our benefit to just get that built. And looking at the size of what we're going to do here, I think it's just as easy to chuck all of these in. Now this is going to sink a lot of wood, however we have quite a bit, so not too concerned. But let's try and use a bit of the terrain to save some wood. These are level, aren't they? Yep, they are level. Good. So let's just get this in. Get rid of that. And get rid of this. And get someone over here. So let's see, what's the best way to do this? What we could do in the short term, we could maybe think about damming up here to have as a little pool for trees, but these are all going to go, so I don't think it's too much of a worry for us. Let's get a path over here, because this will help them to get that constructed. In fact, actually, I have changed my mind. What we can be is just a little bit sneaky. And by sneaky, I mean use everything for us. So let's just quickly pause that so they don't get too trigger happy. And let's get in a ladder here and a platform here and possibly a massive waste of resources, but they'll be able to build quite a bit more of this in parallel. 1.8. Yeah, go on. Let's go for it. Commit. That's what we need to do. And yeah, we're going to need to get them across, aren't we? So these should be 2s, which they are. Lovely. Okay. We're going to wait at least this side's built to do the same sneaky trick here, but we'll get to it eventually. It's fine. It's more of a task to keep them occupied when we're not doing too much else. What we have up here is a log storage, so hopefully this... Set this to obtain. Let's drag them up here, so it should be able to keep the beavers busy. There's water. We do need some planks for construct this, but we don't need this anymore. So I think let's just set this to... Don't to prioritize it anymore. There's no need for mailbox to pay that, but there's only 20. It's fine. If we leave the beavers alone up here, we can worry that we have absolutely no power generation whatsoever. Oh well. What have we got? 5 days. It's quite painfully long. We can put the beaver wheel. Don't particularly like doing this, but it gives us enough to get going. We do need someone in here to also do this. So yeah, we're kind of again stuck behind, waiting for beavers. It is what it is. With any luck, it won't be too long before we get some more. Hopefully this, a couple of these, and then maybe a big one should give us enough spread between the beavers to sort of hopefully balance out the colony so we don't have a load grow up and a load die. Nothing we can do with the industry, so we may as well just pause all of this because there's no one in it. May as well pause this. That should cut down some of what it's complaining about. I think we'll get a couple of beavers left in there and take 2 out of there. So where are we for jobs? Where are we missing beavers? Gatherer flags. That is a problem. Grill is a problem. Okay, so we need to have someone in there, so that's okay. Spadaduck isn't necessarily a problem, but I think we should get if we get that down to balance. And I'm going to get an extra beaver in there. Hopefully they can get this pulled out because we're not getting through these carrots being picked, and I don't really understand why. We'll see. Don't think the area is too big for this one farmhouse. I mean, this beaver over here is handling the potatoes fine, but we'll see how it goes with 3. Okay, so we have chestnuts. They've grown. Maple is ready to harvest as well. We have maple syrup, but we need a tank for it. So let's look to get that going. And again, just putting stuff here to make it as close to where everything is being done as possible. And we'll use the haulers to get this wherever it needs to be. So now that to be a supply depot. Thank you. Right. So if we were to look at the big tanks, we need planks. We got gears. We do not. Metal. We do. So that will literally replace all of these. We can reuse some for moving the maple over here because eventually the industry to cook over here for the maple pastries will be here. So I'm also going to spend a little bit more science, potentially dangerously, but and I'm going to go with this. I may as well get them to build this because we don't have much else for them to do. They are going to be stuck behind that for a while as I've set them this gargantuan mission here. So, oh, okay, maybe I didn't. Let's get that unpaused. Delete. Nothing up here. Nothing for you to do. Are we full? Not quite. Is it not set to cut? It is not. Please cut those. Thank you. And I guess with that, we can get them over potentially this way. But there's not really the space for it, so with that built, I think the priority should be here. Yes, may as well put the path in, because we're there. Run that way, and if we get lumberjack flag in, we'll get those set up. That's now done, is that? We'll pause this. There's no point it being there. We'll just wait for that tree to go and we'll pull it out eventually. But yeah, so this little neat trick has done us wonders. It's a bit wasted, but did select the stairs, right? Yep, I did. Good. So let's see. We need to get some more in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's probably not a lot of real need to rush this, but pause that. Thank you. We do not want any more or any trapped beavers. There we go. Wonder what they were doing then, but that's fine. We do not need to pause you. Just this one. So they should now go back to doing this. This will get done. We need to get this over here. I can't count, but it's fine. Anyway, so we how are we doing over here for scrap? Scrap is full. Okay. That's cooked scrap. Ah, good. We are back. So let's just set this back down here. 0.85. It's far too low anyway, but this is why we need a reservoir. Is this, while we're not super close to it, if it was any longer, we would potentially be in trouble. So, but here we go with a surge of water. This will flood. It always does. I haven't been able to fix why. Probably this, to be fair. But there it goes. Old reliable. The bad water should be coming down here, so what do we need most of? This. We do not have 50 vacancies, but when it dries out, we'll be back. There we go. So we do have quite a few spare. So let's get on with getting this sorted. And don't think we need any boomsticks, but I think I'm going to just concentrate on the smelter for now. The metal is always useful to have. We are struggling big time with planks. Where have they gone? Have they gone to this? Yeah, that's where they've gone. Okay, right. We need to expand this down here. This is no longer good for us. I don't really want to put it up here, but I think I'm going to have to. Let's just quickly hook the power up for this, as it is currently doing absolutely nothing. Please and thank you. That should add quite a bit to it. Again, with all this running, it's probably still cutting it fine, but it's good. It'll be okay. You've got space for quite a lot of bad water, so as long as you're pumping enough to keep this fed and watered, we should be okay. Now, off the back of here, yeah, not sure what would be best. We should be able to maybe put them over this side. And just put all our eggs into one basket, which is never a great idea, but set that to water over here. But we're just not producing enough for it to really be of any other benefit to us. We could look to actually make this a bit better for us. If we could widen this slightly, we can get 2 in. That is potentially the move we could do here. Thinking. Let's... Because we can, I think we should look to get these, but let's get better dynamite for now. So that's one. We'll need that, so yeah, let's just get this all ripped out. We do not need you. And I'm in no actual rush to really get them to do this, so we can just put this path in. And they can take care of it when they get round to it. And we'll just cut in. I'm not going to put stairs up. It's a waste of resources, he says, building. All of this noise just here. Good, right. Well, that's there. Let's pause you and give you something to do. Please cut down all of this wood. Yeah, we'll go down. We'll go down to this level as well. May as well. Let's just... Probably a waste of resources, but... I'm feeling flush. But we will put you on absolute lowest of priorities. So if everything else is done, then we can... actually, we can't do that, so it's that one we need to pause because we need to get the stairs and that in. So for the time being, I think I'm going to concentrate building it up to here. And what we can do, I haven't really figured out the best way to deal with the drop that we have. Now, we could dig right the way down and level all of this out, which might not be a bad idea. But that's going to take a lot of extract and a lot of dynamite, which we just do not have. We are going to need storage for this. Yes, we are. Okay, so again, this is my little storage corner. So let's just... Can we reuse one of the other tanks here? We probably could, actually. Empty this and empty this. I would like you to become maple. And I would like you to become extract. And tame. We'll leave that. It's fine. It's okay. This pretty much has solidified the water storage. I don't think we're ever going to need more than a couple of these to keep them alive. What have we got here? Spadaduck. Okay, let's just start fixing some of these as well. Spending planks and wood like I've got unlimited supplies. However, with the consolidation of these, we will be in good spot, I think. Again with the carrots though, still not looking good. Anyway, even with 3 beavers, we're still struggling. We have plenty of spare. In you come. So we can take some out of there if we need them. We are out of baby beavers, which is good. Which means the whole workforce is going for us, which is nice. Explosives factory is going to be needed, I think. Let's just take one out of there. Hopefully you go into there, and you have. Good. Right. So, get rid of that. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slog, but it's going to be okay. I'm going to put another layer of these in here, and then I'm hoping that we can just run some power this way and just run the certainly for gears and planks down here, and we'll move. Well, these really shouldn't be here, but at the time it was the best place for them, close to these. We'll move them later. I'm guessing if they're dealing with that, they are done up here? No, they are not. That's okay. Anyway, now that that's built, let's do our cheeky little... let's get that in. And that. And that. We are going to have to definitely commit them to get down into here, though, because this is going to really cause us an issue down here. So there is an easy way. Let's take advantage of that, then. 1, 2, 3, 4. And... oops. And path. And I'm going to just delete these, so let's just get rid of everything on the edge. Again, yes, it's a bit of a waste, but they are so close to getting to that, but never mind. We can fix that. We'll worry about it later. We'll get this cleared and we will concentrate on this. So can they not do this? Interesting. Don't know why they're favouring all this extra new construction over stuff that's been there a lot longer, but I'm sure they know what they're doing. These should no longer be required as this little pool is empty. So let's just get rid. And what we can do here is eventually to green up a little bit more of this. I'd like to move tree farms away from here, or move the food into this corner. But this will be a nice little area for them to... it's too deep for any sort of crops. However, it's perfect for greening this area up. Now, let's have a quick look at food. Is this done? Yes, it is. This was going to be for... grilled spreader duck, I think it was. So where are you? Which one is that? Yes. I would like you to be emptied. I don't think we have any more, which we don't. Cool. Okay, so they will work on that. We have 2 extra beavers, so that'll do. Aha, we have a bad tide. Now, obviously, we are going to see this work for the first time in a real bad tide situation, so I'm hopeful, fingers are crossed, and toes, that this is enough flow. It was, when I tested it, I'm not entirely sure that runs through here. I think it's 8. That's what this was for. However, we will see what happens in just under 2.5 days. So they're working on that. That's all going in. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work with the contours this, aren't I? I should have just carried on building in line with that. Is it too late? Not really. Let's take all of these out. And these. And let's just fix this before it is a problem. So we need to hug this line here, which is right in the way of this path. So what we can do here is through the power of that and a path. So put that in the wrong place. I have. What an absolute fail. Never mind. We can get rid of that. We do not need that path. And now we have a nice little bridge for them to go through. What is going to be the best idea for this is just run this straight through to here. I want to get it into line with this, but we're going to need it through here for the time being. I may as well put these in because we can. We're going to have to get someone up here to kill all these berries, but we can worry about that in a minute. And then because of this here, we are going to need to plug this hole. So, problem solved. And we'll just need to put some more sneaky little bridges underneath here. Now I am fairly certain these are in fact waterproof. So although I do think no, I haven't. I'm good. It's all good. Worried for a moment, but do not panic. Do not panic. There we go. And resources. I'd like you to make everything here go away. Can they get up to that? They can. Okay. It works like a charm. I think we are good. And I did manage to close all these, because when I was testing this, I set all of these to manual, so it means I've managed to sync them all back up. Excellent. Okay. Again, water was going to evaporate slowly for us, but it's so much shorter than the drought we've just had, so I'm not really too concerned with that. This was built. Is it not? Ah, well. Let's quickly fix that. Thank you very much. We are looking good on maple, so they're obviously pulling it out of this, which is good. That's supplied. That's not prioritized by haulers, which should be. This should be supply. And I will ensure that that's picked up by the haulers, especially as we have... Well, we did have plenty of haulers, although we're back down to 5 vacancies now, which is less than ideal. Okay, so let's get a few boomsticks over here going. Thank you. You should be able to reach all this for the time being. Once this is full, we can pause that. I don't think we are in the need for sparkly planks. We're definitely really one of those. We can't really do much with this, not without losing the power, which is not what I'm thinking of doing. So let's just get rid of those. They can carry on working through that. Good. Now, one thing I think I said last time was we've obviously got Spatterduck, but they do have cattail crackers, which needs, I think, a bit more processing, but not too much. But with any luck, we can get these planted. I'm hoping this guy has the range, and he does. Let's get rid of the path. We do not need that. Not anymore, so I wanted the buildings one. Never mind. Get the cattail crackers in. We have space for one more row here. It's not going to get built, but, well, built, planted. Don't build trees. So, with this, we're going to need to see what we have to put together from a food point of view. So, I'm going to need to make flour and bakery. So, I think we are... Spider duck thing. So we do need another grill. Let's fix some of the foodstuffs for us. Let's chestnuts, please. I think for the time being, I don't know how many chestnuts we've got, so I'm just going to leave these as they are in smaller warehouses. If I can find them, there we go. And if that was spider duck, I suppose we should set this to... Do we have any storage for chestnuts, actually? Chestnuts. We do. Where are you? Ah, you're a supply. That's fine. Do we have anything else? We do not. Okay. Let's then make you... No, this one. Let's make you the normal kind of chestnuts, which are here. So there's a bit of extra storage, a bit closer to this guy. With any luck, that should get finished fairly soon. So let's just go back up here, and yeah, the construction has slowed right down. Oops. Let's just get that one working. And hopefully they'll come down here and start pulling this out. There's not much more they can do, so I think we can just take advantage of course. Let's just delete, and get these. That should comfortably put everything in range. That's going to grow up, but we can just pause that later. They're yet to grow up, so that's okay. So that won't take them too long. They're nearly done with that. That's okay. I would... Are you able to get to these? Yes, they just haven't got around to it yet. That's fine. That's okay. I think they are deleting these berries, or I hope they are at least. I would actually like you to get on with these and that. Because that means I can lay down the everything I'm going to need for this, which is what I want. So that's cleared up. The water comes in again, greening up the area, looking nice. This will cause flooding, as it always does. But it is what it is for that. It'll sort itself out eventually. Beep boom. Let's get rid of those. A little boomstick. And good, the water's coming back in there. We didn't really lose too much water from that. What we could look to do eventually is increase the height, although getting water out of this area into here is going to be a problem, I think, longer term. I can't see it being a problem too much in here. We could retain a little bit more if we put some dams across here, but I just don't think it's worth it. Not for this. So yeah. What I would like to do is eventually get tunnels. Use these to tunnel a hole through here. And then just stick in a sluice. To get this filled with water. And again, we should green up this area nicely. They're not too far away from going. And we have a grill here. So, gonna take a couple out of there. Hopefully we get someone in here. I suppose not with four spares. Sorry, builder beavers. I'm gonna go take you down to 6. Need to keep the colony thriving. Okay, they are still not making a dent in these carrots. Should I commit to another farmhouse? Is that the problem? I mean, I don't really have the beavers for this, so it's kind of pointless. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll boomstick. We should be able to cut through here afterwards, so that's okay. This is only... Yeah, so that's still only... What would be good, I think I'm going to extend this. I want double width, so let's... Yeah, okay, we've got plenty for dynamite. Let's just... Before anyone turns up, get rid of that and place that in there. They should be able to pretty much do most of that, but if not, we can fix that with this soon-to-be demolished path. Let them work on that. That's okay. Aha. He was happier than ever. Excellent. So we have not put on that, but we will be. Kind of pointless because we didn't really need the double dynamite, but we've got it if we need it, and that's the most important bit. Get the resources while you can. Aha, they have done this. Excellent. Let us place these in before we get any mystery berries coming up. Rid me of all this, and this, and these. Can you not reach these? You probably can't, actually. I will get rid. I will do what I said I would and bin this all off. Right, be gone. Make it go away. Just rip it all out. All of it. Every last bit. Oh, no. Yes. Everything. As I would love to get this sorted as quickly as we can. Don't think that'll cut them off, so that's okay. And then we can get this built. And I guess before I lock this up, we could get these resources back. Yeah. That'll be nice. It's what we'll need. Some extra logs. They can go straight back into this. Good. We've finished construction around here. Didn't want to build that one. That's fine. Now, this is probably going to be a bit of a waste of... What is it, actually? Is it just 2? Yeah, it is. Right, okay. Let's just sneakify these in here. So, if we were to run up to here... Yeah, that should be fine. Let's do that, and we'll worry about the cost of this bit. Don't want to do that either. Lack of depth perception. This, I don't believe, is open. No, it isn't. That's good. And let's just shoot these across here. And again, didn't want to do that. And I think we said we'd built it there, so... My god. And again, Any strays? Yes, there is. Right, get rid of that. Have you got the same problem that you can't reach? Problem solved. Have we cleared these logs? We haven't. They can reach that, or they will be able to, and I bet I know why this doesn't work. Yes, okay, right. Never mind, figured it out. Oh. Depth perception is a problem for me in this game. No matter, we will play stack of bucks, and there we go, we're in. Good. These are all done. I'm going to get them to come pick that up. Please and thank you. Come and get them. We still haven't really made a dent in our log usage, even with all of this monstrosity, which is pretty good going, actually, to be fair. What we'll do is we'll do this trick again once we've got built up to here. Obviously, can't do much until this row is complete. We could... No, we can't. Oh, we could hang it off the side, but never mind. Right, that's gone. So let's just tidy this up, because we do not need a path in here. And again, wrong one every time. Yes. Yes. And yes. Awesome. So let's get my cheating self sorted here and get this wall built up to the same height. Now they should be in line up, and they do. Good. Right. Now I'm gonna have to try and think of something to front this with. It's going to need to be quite deep and get all the way to the bottom. Now, I'm not entirely sure the best way of doing that. I think the bottom row has to be sluices. I don't really think there's a say in that. And what we do know is that 3 would be enough, so we do not need to go to Hellfellow like I did here for these. But that aside, we've played everything out of here. We have. Good. They can come collect those when they like. Good. Right. So that's that done. They'll clear that when they can. How is it doing up here? We have had another death wave. Shocker. Right. So where are we bleeding beavers? So we have no chestnuts. Did we make any? We did not. Or they've been eaten. One of the two. They've done over here though, so get rid of those and get rid of those. Which I probably shouldn't have done thinking about it just now, but there is no undo, just like in life. So let's the best way to tackle this is going to be Is it one high still? Yes. That should allow him to build everything, I think. That should also sink quite a lot of logs. We probably could do with some of the resources moving over here at some point, but that is going to be a job for the time. So once these are built, again, a bit of a wastage with these, but these should connect through to here. We can build power all the way across here and then use this area to sort that out. I think what's going to be best for us here is to sort the paths out now. So let's just rip this out, and it's going to be a bit of a meandering path following the beautiful scenery that is this dead and withered coast. So yeah, we're going to start building some couple more planks, lumber mills, and gear workshops across here. What I will do is just square that off, because no doubt something will need to fit just there. Right, my luck, so I'll take it out now while I can. We have lost quite a few adults recently looking at that, so yeah, not too good. These are just logs, right? Yeah, so I think in the short term, let's just put that in, set this for logs, set this to obtain. Then they can run through all of that. I'm not going to move any planks up here, not from a storage, because this is going to have to come straight back out near enough once they've done this. But yeah, foresters, they're still good. They're still planting, that's fine. We've got a stash of all the raw materials over here. Not so much for planks, but that's okay. We've got enough being cut. Water is looking fine. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. I'm still not sure where they can't get these carrots. I think I'm going to need another farmhouse to come and deal with that. We're going to need more beavers than that anyway. When do we get... what are we missing? Cocktail crackers, pastries, bread. We're at 18. When does... Let me just quickly pause. Find a suitable beaver. This guy's at 20. Okay. 25. So that's our next goal. 22 to live longer. Right. Oh, that's speed. Live longer, 27. Right. Okay. We are going to need to do something a bit more drastic than just food. They are not going to get much out of these. Maybe 6. Right, tell you what the numbers are. I wonder if we are starting to either move into another or I think maybe an agora or a dance hall. Now I don't really want to put the agora anywhere over here, so maybe we could make a fun district. That might be the better way to go. Yeah, I think we're going to do a fun district. So let's get have a look in here. What do we don't need a herbalist because we don't have any contaminated beavers, and nor will we want to have any. So that just needs planks, carousels, needs power, which we don't have over here. Not reliably anyway. Detailer. We could do a dance hall. So this is where we do need the sparkly blanks. And a mud pit. Does the mud pit not need power? Okay, so these two here, I think, are going to give us the most bang for the buck. We have the science for them. But do we need the science anywhere else? Probably. We're also going to start looking at paper mill at some point as well, which just to get the better windmills, which again we don't need the power, but I don't know if they work better. What I might do is an experiment with that and see if putting the bigger windmills in means we get more power more often. Okay, are the builder beavers over here? Yes, they are. But we have built as much as we can up here, so let's just get rid of that. Okay, we have a drought approaching. This will not be finished by then, but that's fine. And yeah, I'm kind of stuck behind getting these all done. So we're going to need at least that doing. And a similar story here. So once we get this and this layer in on both sides, we can do the same trick. And then what I'm going to do is, I guess, start to fill this side with levees because we can. And then we can hang, in fact we can't, but yeah. We can't really, but what we will do is just do it long ways. That's just way off. Sorted. Okay, so then we'll just do the trick here and just drop a... Go up one, go over. So... I may as well lay that in now, to be fair. It's not a problem. Let's just do that. And... I mean, it's going to be a bit too big, but... be fine. It'll be okay. The bridge will be in. We can then get that sorted out for building. We just need to come back here when they've got the time. There's no real easy, decent place to put any better, closer storage than here, but yeah. Never mind. Again, hemorrhaging beavers, which is never ideal. Yeah. We got any grilled chestnuts yet? No. We do have some sunflowers for spare, which is pretty rare. Okay. Right. The fun district. Now. Let me think. So, we are... Oh, we're almost through all this scrap, which is quite nice. But they aren't coming over to do any of this. So this is going to be, I think, more important than the drought, I want to say. I mean, we're not going to get that built in time, so we should get them to concentrate on this. And we'll get these in. We'll get the haulers in if there are any alive, which actually we're doing okay, so that's good. So where are we missing? That's fine, let's just pause that. Oh, just get rid of them. That is more of a problem. Pull that up. And we should have plenty of water in here. Keep this one pump satisfied. Yeah, we're still full on water. Still full on logs. There is no power, so pause all these. That should give us a nice little deficit of beavers. So let's just There we go. We may as well use this time to get stuff built. About 5. No, I'm not going to risk chucking them down into the drink here. Leave that as is. We have used all of our metal. Oh no, there's plenty there. Where is that? Is that here? Oh, there's 20 at the top. Oh, there's none in there. Where is... storage is that one, I think. That's power, storage. I was right the first time. Okay, fine. I think I would like you to be emptied, please. And we'll free up this little island eventually. So we've got a bit of extra space up here for anything that we want. It was ideal for this initially. All right. I guess what we can also do in the... no, because we're going to run the power down this way, not at the back. That's okay. They are definitely cracking on with that. In fact, we are now in a position to... Let me just pause that one so we don't get any mischief in here. Let's get the ladders set up for that. So hopefully that's the next thing on their job. Once that's done, we'll unpause that and get this put in. And that. Then that should allow them to build all of that really quickly. Now, so we have an absolute ton of these and nowhere to stick them probably. No. So, do we have spare empty storage over here? I probably shouldn't have deleted it at the time, but never mind. It's okay. Yeah, probably shouldn't have deleted the storage, but it's okay. I don't really think we need to use these big warehouses, at least yet, for raw materials. Because there is not enough of these to churn through them, so these are probably okay. I will put in... I use the right one. Cocktail crackers. Cocktail roots. That's what we need. So we'll get that in. That should be able to get them to empty this. I am going to leave that as is. Actually, I wonder if this will help these guys out. Probably. Trying not to prioritize everything. As if you prioritize everything, nothing is a priority. But with any luck, that's good. Let's just use the technology here. And then... So with this little power grid, I'm hoping we can make decent amounts of power up here. And down here, it might be worth seeing what we can do with hooking them into this side. But yeah, let's get this sorted. Again, we've got the logs for it, so that's okay. We are starting to see some impact to our usage here from both this and everything else. Like that sorting out first. We're almost out of this drought anyway, so I don't think we need to worry too much about this water. Yeah, there's Like, what, half a tile there? Yeah, we're fine. Good. Let's get them on with this. And once this is sorted, we'll run the power lines up to here, and then I'll just tuck them into the side, and then we can just run them straight back there. I'd like you also to do that. We have the dynamite for that, so that's okay. Making sure we hadn't run out. Is this empty? Yes, it is. Get rid of that. Path's not the most efficient, but it'll do. It gets them where they need to be. So just need... yeah. 75 odd logs, and then that's sorted. Happy day. Right, okay. I would also like this to be done. Aha, good. Right. What an awful sound. Right, let's get that unpaused, and then they can get that cracked in with all of that. So, and they can't get stuck, which is possibly the most important part of that. Now, let us go see how they're doing up here. Good. Right, that's gone. Drought has ended. Let's safely knock that back down. These probably need to be automated at some point, although I have ripped the stairs out. I did fall into this trap before. In one of the previous episodes, I just thought I'd get away with 4. I could not. This literally flooded this entire area for pretty much forever. I needed to build all of these. I'm not so sure why. Other than this post-drought surge we get here, but this disappears fairly quickly, as you can see. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, that one. What I will start to do is rip out these paths, because we do not need them up here. In fact, I can probably get rid of these fairly easily as well. And I'm almost certainly going to need to put it here. So we're getting a fair amount of power out of that, but let's get these installed. And then we're gonna, once this is done, rip this path out, come across here, and then just run it straight back here. Yeah, I'll put it there because we've got some stuff that can fit into there. And again, for this, please get this done. We can stop that being a thing now, in fact. Empty it. In fact, don't empty it, because they can use them for that. Maybe. Maybe not. Ah, okay. So yes, the bottleneck was in fact me not prioritizing that. That's fine. That's okay. I would imagine it's also a wise-ish idea to get this in here. We will not prioritize that, but we can do with getting the carrots put into there, to be fair. We have a storage of berries somewhere in here, but it isn't exactly ever been touched, so we'll worry about that later. How are we looking up here? So our output is pretty good. I don't know if that's more than we need for this, but I'll take that. Let's just Get rid of no the path and this path. I think we're gonna have to do this. Yeah, no, I think we can get away with that. Yeah, the cannons can stand on the side. Right, no, I would like this empty now, please. Thank you. Sorry, beavers, who've dropped them off. I'm sorry. So, yeah, we'll get these in, and this can then be gone. And in fact, we probably didn't need that one, but never mind. It's in. Please prioritize. Thank you. Right. Awesome. So we are now harvesting these, which is good. We are got actually. We do have plenty of builders about, so let's get them in there. We've got 2 more, so let's a beaver into there and a beaver into there. And then I think what we will look at doing next time, now that this is running, powering this pile of mountain here. So 915-ish. What we can look to do is maybe run a power line down here, across a little platform stretch here, and then just connect it into here. Because we're going to need to put in... Yeah, you see, we're not going to get another one in here, so we're going to have to cut these back and dynamite this, I think. So let me just double check that. Yeah, okay. Let me just lay this, and I think that will do. For this episode. So just as a quick wrap up, we have sorted out power. Currently powering nothing, but soon. TM. We have extract, which we're not quite full on yet, but we're not too far off, which we're not really using yet, but we're going to need it if we start to build the Agora and the Fun Zone, which is going to come over here. Next time, with some of this wonderful science, I think it's tunnel time to get through into here to fill this up with water to green up this area, because you can't really have fun on the barren wasteland. And the beavers will continue to build this monstrosity. What I think is going to be the best for us is, in fact, while I'm talking, we should look to get the he says should be talking but can't talk and multitask at the same time. But anyway, problem solved. No longer multitasking. So yes, we need to get a front on this. We need to have a think about how this is going to work. I think sluices at the bottom is probably the best bet. It's just I'm not 100% sure how to keep it being a problem, other than using some of that special dynamite to blast this down, which, now that this is bad tide proof, I think is not really going to be a problem for us. So yeah, I think we'll have a bit of a spillway over the top, and because it'll get full eventually, and then yeah, we'll just open these and get it to maintain a rough level of something around here. That maybe slows down some of the problems down here for flooding, but we'll see what happens when we get there. So yeah, we have cleared the mountain of wood, which has been useful to build this, and we have what else have we done? We've sorted out a lot of our processed food storage. We are very good on food at this point. We've increased our water storage. Well, sort of. We've got less tanks, but more storage, which is what you want. And we have got all the stuff we can put into a grill. I think next time we need to look at sorting out the bakeries to do something with this maple syrup and the flour, cattail crackers, and with this area opening up, maybe look to move either farming with near the fun zone or the trees down near the fun zone. Not so sure. I think we probably should look at trees near the fun zone. Certainly oaks. And then free this area up for some more food for the wheat, which is what we're missing from that. What we're also going to need to look to do is maybe greenify a bit more of this to get some benefit, and maybe look at trying to stop some of this contamination getting across here. However, that is something we can obviously, as I say, look at next time. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you have any comments, please also chuck those down below, good or bad. Happy to hear it. Yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching. Take care. See you next time.